Okay, so I guess you guys can hear me now. I'm assuming you can. I'm assuming you can. Boom, 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 boom. I gotta get an intro. I gotta get an intro video soon, but I'm not all into that fancy stuff. I'm all about getting straight to the motherfucking point. Alright, my bad if I'm cursing. There's, any children on here, I apologize, but that's what I came here to do, is teach, and again, bring back tarot. Okay, teach astrology. I said bring back tarot. Bring back astrology in general, like teach astrology mainly, and do tarot as far as backup. Okay, but more so, this channel is mainly educational. I want to be able to teach you guys the significations of each sign, regardless of what planet is in the sign. Okay, it's ELI'S.JYESTHA. We back with another video, and I know it's been a long time. Your boy has been going through personal things, but who gives a shit? We're going to be starting 2026 in a different light of pure astrology, consistent astrology, consistent Eli's. So you gotta be realistic with this, alright? I'm human, okay? I am human. I bleed and I feel and I think too, alright? But I must put that aside and focus on what really matters at the end of the day. Astrology. I am going to try to be giving you guys in 2026 more consistent videos regardless of what type of topic, but I have to start finishing out certain things once I start it. So we're going to finish out these pros and cons of the characteristics of a sun or ascendant, and dominantly, of course, moon and sun. Okay, so moon, sun, and of course ascendant, more 9 times out of 10. Okay, so hold on. I don't know why, guys, but I honestly feel more alive doing this. I feel like this is the love of my life right here. Like, I can't go wrong when I'm teaching this. I can't. There's nothing wrong with this shit, because I don't have to think about this. I don't, in a sense of like wanting to teach and wanting to enlighten people about themselves and the characteristics. What brings what what birth, okay, are you? What characteristic of the calendar are you? Okay. Are you is your soul? The most important thing on the earth is a soul. Okay. The most dominant thing on earth is a soul. And that's what Leo is. So today's video, we will be going into pros and cons, but we're gonna do a pros videos of Leo. Okay. So this sign, when it comes to pro characteristics, meaning good characteristics, beneficial characteristics, is naturally charismatic. Okay, Leo's, the 5th house, is very charismatic because the growth. What do I mean by growth? The sun comes every day. Every day the sun has to enlighten. Okay, that gives the fifth house individuals who has sun moon ascendant a natural glow, a natural seduction, a natural aura as far as infectiousness, and of course, magnetism. Okay, and of course, what is that one word I want to say? Orbit. All right, fifth house people have a orbit. Why? Why did I say orbit? Because these individuals have the pros of having masses around them, having masses of creativity around them. Okay? These individuals want significantly 9 times out of 10 is to group up and have a great time, to not only be the life of the party, but be the light of the party. Okay? This sign wants to automatically respond, and not only respond, I mean to say express their souls. Okay, so this is what gives the fifth house individuals a natural charismatic type of personality. Okay, these people, when on the good side, on the good behavior, have a natural inclination to get whatever they express. Okay, because the sun not only exert energy, but it's consistently exerting all the time, even right now. Okay, that's why the sun and the moon is the most dominant planets in your natal chart. Your sun, your moon, and your anything in your rising. Okay, so if you have a rising of, let's say, Capricorn rising, right? You want to find where Saturn is, okay? Because then that's where you could reflect on how you exert or see yourself exerting yourself out, and vice versa, people towards you. But we're talking about the sun. The sun is dominant when it comes to exertation. Okay. And when I say exertation, I mean energy wise. Okay, we're gonna go with intelligence, with inventions or productivity, or reproductivity. Okay. The sun the sun has unlimited power. It has unlimited potential. And not only that, it has unlimited creativity. Okay. That's why this sign, especially when the sun is there in a good house, could be one of the most dominant signs because it's fixated. See, Leo fifth house has a fixation just like all the other signs, but this sign has a fixation on shining, being bright, being not just scholarly, but more so intelligent in ways that are known. Okay? These people, these pros of these people don't just show intelligence by exerting themselves. They have internal intelligence too, because the sun, right, is always exerting itself out, right? But sometimes that intelligence of energy, because the beams of the sun is um intelligence, like it's giving us knowledge, it's giving us automatic um automatic intelligence, similar to like how AI is connected. The sun is literally beaming not only life, but it is beaming intelligence. Like it is automatically giving us intelligence. Those moments, because okay, let me break it down. It's broad daylight, 4 o'clock, wherever city or state you're at. You're experiencing whatever in traffic. You're driving pretty fast. Your heart is pumping. You're all of a sudden you see your car block you off, but you see it coming before it anything bad tries to happen, because that car is going fast and you're going fast too. Maybe you're late for something. You know what I mean? You are automatically getting not only the sight, you are getting the receptions of the sun to help with you, just like God. Okay. And what I mean to say is this: the energy of just the light, just the just the fixation of steadiness of whatever temperature it's at. It could be 80 degrees. You could feel good, right? But something seemed like it's going bad going to happen, but it doesn't. Okay, that is the significator of the sun automatically being, as far as not only being, but especially when it's in the fifth house of Leo. Okay. Intelligence with inventions. What do I mean? Or productivity. What do you mean, Eli? These individuals, especially Sun and Ascendant, have the have the have the have the intelligence of not only the people they experience, but what they solely experience on their own. Okay, these people will grab something, change it into something they feel like, okay, I know I can do different. Remember, okay, of course, I'm grabbing known words of the 11th house because it's the opposition, but you have to be insightful, because Saturn is not only the baggage of the past time, it is the baggage of the past, present, and future time, but the sun only is known for the presence and the future, right? What are you talking about? Why not the past? Because the light, the beams has broadcasted its energy out. So it needs to levitate to progress more and more. It needs to become stronger because of itself. It needs more creativity. So when these people, when it comes to Leo in the fifth house, gain that knowledge of experiences, their expression of of bigger production becomes stronger. Sort of like a nuke within itself, because you know the atoms and whatnot. I gotta sharpen my science skills, but just by itself, having more of itself creates a more stronger individual, especially with the sun, moon, or ascendant in the placement of the fifth house. Okay. These people will invent intelligence with inventions, is because these people have natural foresight. Okay, they have the natural energy of exertion of energy, precision, of future insight to gain more intelligence. If you have a benefic good planets honing on that Leo in the fifth house. Because don't get me wrong, we're not in the cons yet, but we're gonna get to the cons soon. Okay. But once they see something, they have foresight already because they have foresight already. I don't know why I just stopped. They have foresight because I forgot what I was about to say. They have foresight already because they are steady with their energy. Okay, remember, this house is fixated. So, second, fifth, eighth, and 11th, these individuals automatically, they cannot, they once these individuals hone on to something, these people cannot stop going. There's not a stop going, meaning that energy is steadily like that for life. It's fixated. It's in the middle of keeping whatever it is that that individual and that soul native wants or need. It feel like it needs. That sign is only focused on a particular way of doing things, saying things, or whatever, or expressing things. Okay, wherever the sun or whatever the fixation is. Okay, it sees. And when it comes to fifth house is dominant on expressment because natural inclination of intelligence with foresight, especially with creating things. Okay, this is not a sign that once they start, they stop an idea, or once they start, they stop an invention. Yeah, they might stop it. Everybody stops doing things, but the natural inclination to get back to pull that back and to absorb it and progress on moments, um again, experiences, foresight, expressions, and natural intelligence and soul abilities, that gives the fifth house a good pro with intelligence. Okay, these individuals are just like the 11th house, meaning they might want to be doing something that everybody is doing, but not only do they have it in a particular way, their own method, the progression in a group, the progression alone. If confident, because soul in the first house, fifth in the first house, which is Aries and Leo, is confidence. If the confidence, shit, if the confidence is there, this sign is one of the most dominant signs. All the fixed signs is very dominant, whether it's feminine or not, due to the simple fact of fixation. Okay. When I say intelligence with productivity, meaning these individuals will have energy manipulation, whether they know it or not. Okay, in a good way or a bad way, meaning they can bend their will. The will is strong enough to bend time, to bend certain moments, to bend certain things, whether they know it or not. This is the natural productivity with anything with the fifth house. Okay. Soul identity. these individuals will normally, near the future, especially mature Leo, will have a very known soul identity. They know exactly, once they express themselves, give it time, they will tell you exactly who they are, what they mean, and how strong they are. And it's true. Okay? Give it time. Okay? This sign is very known for soul identity, just like first house. Alright. Omega confidence, fifth house has. So one of the pros of this sign, whether it is to boast of how good they are, whether it's to boast who they are, whether it's to boast to show their power, whether it's to boast to do anything, or whether it's their time in general, they will have the confidence in situations or just naturality. All right. Fifth house is animals, Leo. I said Leo. Lion. All right. What is a lion? A lion is the king of the jungle, but not only that. Why? Look at the dominant look the lion has. The lion has that I will conquer anything in my path, and not only that, it has its name known for a reason. Okay, that's what brings out the confidence of the fifth house, to want to show their energy, their power essence. Okay. Next compliment, our next pro, is compassion. These individuals will have natural compassion, especially when it comes to youth. Okay, they will have a lot of compassion when it comes to anything that is particularly different, youthful, and of course anything that is a sort of light for them. They see in some they see as a sort of being for them, of expressment, or I would say positive advantage. Okay, they will have very good compassion when it comes to natural inclination of love. Okay, these are the pros. Natural leadership. Fifth house has a beautiful essence of being the one who, if nobody wants to, or even if they have to themselves, be the leader. They have to. Okay, whether it is to lead in a loving way, a sinister way, a a a lone way. Okay, leadership is required most of the time, because government. Think about it. Fifth house is government officials, and not only that, the government too, because Saturn's right there. All right, 5th, 10th, and 11th is 7th. Really. All right. So what do I mean by that? So they this sign has this sign will gain in a pro way. This sign will gain a natural notoriety in a positive way, meaning they will gain the respect from being known in a way that is bright in this way. Okay, fifth house individuals has to have that. Okay. Generosity. Fifth house, again, what is the light? What is the sun? The sun, in a pro way, It always wants to give. It always wants to give. It has to. It has to give. It has to give. Fifth house is one of the most generous houses because of the essence of generosity. Whether it's giving their enemy the benefit of the doubt, or whether it's natural generosity. These individuals, one of the things they will have natural generosity. Okay. Fortunate expressions, meaning these individuals will not only be lucky or will have massive luck regardless of where they're at. They will be lucky when they're around individuals. Okay. They will get the least amount of punishment because of their holder, the sun. Okay. Their expressions will be as the essence of clarity. Okay. And moments will have clarity in the sense of absorbing, whether it's in thin air, whether it's around a person they know, they don't know, family, friend, it doesn't matter. Because the sun is there, the fifth house is there, Mars is there, whatever planet is there in that house. Okay. Bold, straightforwardness. The sun, if it's hot that day, the fifth house, it is hot that day. Until the moon comes out. But it's still gonna be hot. It's still gonna be hot. Because the sun wants it to be hot. So with that being said, I am reflecting off of that planet is because the energy, this is necessary. This is what I mean. If this planet, if it's not just sun, it could even if it's sarcasm. This sign this sign is different from 8th house when it comes to sarcasm. Because even though it's entertainment, it's funny, it's games, this house has a straightforwardness with a joke. So you know how they say, you know that saying, what's the truth within the joke? The fifth house has that type of straightforwardness and boldness. Okay. Meaning it shouldn't be taken lightly. Okay. leadership passage. Yes, this sign is one of the. This sign is one, if concentrated, if fixated in the right position. This sign has a great way of showing. This sign will get a lot of leeway, or not only leeway, but they will get a lot of authoritative offers due to energy, due to their soul strength, their soul orbit. These individuals' soul orbit. Okay. Brightness with skin or soul aura. Again, this is fifth house is one of them individuals. Once you know it's fifth house, you're gonna know it's fifth house. Okay. Hold on, let me get some juice, guys. Be right back. I'm back. I had to get some juice. Sorry guys, I gotta spark up, man. Let's get dip this. Alright, so brightness with skin or soul aura. So again, these individuals have a clear skin. Alright, they will have beautiful skin, they will have beautiful features. They will have a remarkable look. Okay. They will have sort of like a god or goddess or a king or queen type of look. Okay, because of how precise their bodily aura is, energy, and of course soul is, and of course just body figure in general. All right. It will be very like a crowd of people. You could tell it's Leo because of not only the rowdiness but the indifference within the group. excessive helpfulness. So if fifth house individuals see you as precious or sort of like a pack or a family, these individuals will be one of the most fortunate, helpful signs you will meet. These are the type of individuals, if benefit, meaning if this native is beneficial, like if they are more, if that native is more pro than con, meaning negative than positive, if that person is more positive, these individuals, this sign is one of the most helpful signs besides 5th, 8th, 11th, 2nd, and 4th and 7th. And 6 too. 6 you want to help. 6 wants to help too. 3rd might help too. Really all the signs might help. But this sign as well. This sign is top tier as far as like life help. Okay? Not just regular help. These individuals will be a gift from God himself to help your own life, to bring of life, whether it's moments of time in the future you realize or moments of time in the future you don't. Okay, with how they express themselves. Okay, so yeah, these people are one of them type of people that will give you like the last thing off their back and probably be like, it's all right. Very, very benefic sign when it comes to certain things like that. Extremely energetic. This sign, when it comes to the 5th house, because of the youthfulness, because of the essence of the sun and God himself, this brings, and the universe, this brings the sign a lot of potent energy. Okay, meaning this sign is one of the signs that they are not known for being knocked down and not getting back up, or even getting knocked down and seeming as if they got knocked down themselves because of themselves. This sign is very energetic, as far as sometimes if this native is energy or life and confidence is in the right precision, this sign is fixated with really showing how their energy is being expressed or involved. Okay, super influential. Okay, so 5th house, again, it comes to that invention. It comes to that natural light of what they do and how they do it. This sign is dominant when it comes to glory. Okay, 5th house, from doing whatever they want to do in life, is good. It is good because it holds on to glory. Okay, and when this sign is known for being in a good way, positive, that positivity is known in a tremendous way, which is very beneficial for not just self, but for everybody else. Okay. This sign has influence due to childlike energy. Okay, even when old, this sign will have still some sort of innocence. The sun energy, the 5th house has the sun as a planet. The sun's energy is all about gifting, innocence. Okay, what is innocence? Okay, innocence is not just youthfulness. Yes, it's youth. And why is it youth? When you are born perfect. You are born with innocence. Okay. You are taught wrongfulness. Everybody is taught doing wrong, right? Fifth house, even though every sign grows into sin, this sign will hold on to some sort of innocence. This sign is one of the only signs that has enough power to still be known for light. Okay? That's why babies are fortunate. Birth is fortune. Okay? Birth is fortune. When the baby is born, right? This is one of the pros, because Leo, the fifth house, represents children or child as well. Okay? But what is a present? A present is just not the presence. Alright? So, when a child is born, the soul is a new present because it's a presence, meaning that its innocence is worth millions, billions. The freshness of a human being is the most important thing next to God. Sorry if I got too deep. I'm sorry if I got too deep. Okay. Alright. Where was we? Charismatically, individually secured. Okay. So I use the word charismatically again. I don't know why. Alright. Do not question me. Don't question me. Because I question myself all the time. I don't even know. But I probably put it right there because I don't know. I really don't know why I put that word again. But individually secured, these people are one of the most known signs that has that I'm secured look. Okay? Even if they're not. Even if they're not. That's because whenever fifth house individuals, whatever planet, whenever the sun is out, it affects you even more. If you have children, you have anything in transit, if you have anything in the fifth house, it's gonna affect you more. Why? Because fifth house is also our life. It's the pros. These individuals will have the essence of life. That's why they're so secure. Okay? And that's why universally this sign is supposed to be secured. Even though sixth house is right next to it. Sixth house is right next to fifth house. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. But normally when anybody's born, you have planets in the next house. Okay? But fifth house is beautiful. Fifth house is the most, besides 11th and 1st, the most fortunate house. And second house too. Second house could be fortunate, second house could be the worst. Or all of a sudden the worst second house could be. Because the eighth house is right there. But normally 5th, 11th, and 1st is going to be you're very fortunate. Okay. where were we? So yeah, they will have the essence of light to be individually, to be like very secure with their selves. Okay, they will, because the sun is going, normally the sun is going to shine regardless. It has to, and that's why the sign is energetically potent. It has to create. It has to shine. It has to entertain. It has to romance. Okay, it has to love. It has to play. This sign has to do certain things because it's all about exerting. Okay, remember, not only is this sign is one of the most masculine because of the sun, because the normal planet caster, this sun has to be like that. It has to jump up. It has to up. Because it has too much intelligence and full of energy. But something just has to. Something just has to. Because too much is too much. Okay. Where were we? Supreme intelligence. Alright. What did I say about the sun? Right? But let's not just compliment the sun, right? By just complimenting, right? What do I mean by supreme intelligence, right? This sign, fifth and third is known as education. Why is fifth house education too? Fifth house is education because education experiences in that moments that you learn is exposed to that soul, right? So with that being said, even if you read something once and you may not understand it, you understand it because you remember it. This is fifth house. Besides the sun giving the energy of intelligence, the fifth house sees something, and not only that, I mean fifth house, the sun sees something, Leo, the something sees fifth house. Do you guys get what I'm saying? The orbit and the mass of the strength of the fifth house and the sun. I'm not talking about any other planets right now. I'm talking about each planet is powerful. Do not get me wrong. Right? But the light must prevail. Innocence must prevail. Does prevail me keep going, right? I hope I'm not saying prevent. Alright, but no, seriously. The intelligence sees fifth house. And not only that, fifth house already knows that. Fifth house already knows that. Fifth house has to orbit. Whatever you learn, right? This is why the sun is a pro, whether it's any planet. This sign could be a con too, don't get me wrong. But normally it's a pro sign, alright? When you specifically learn something, right? There are billions of people right now who are learning something so specific, who are doing something so specific. And no, it's not just sixth house. It's fifth house. Fifth house brings, you are fifth house. You are a soul. Fifth house brings orbitation. It brings you to whatever the universe. Everybody is a mini sun. It brings you So whatever that your own universe, whatever your own planets within the planets is bringing towards you, is orbiting your life, is orbiting your intelligence, is orbiting. So with education, when you learn, you experience something. Okay? When you barely lose or you barely win, you you still experience it. You learn from it. Because every day, right, we learn something. That's why fifth house is education, especially now education. Like what you experience now. It could be school in the past. It is. It is when you were in third, fifth, all those grades, and certain specific grades. I'm not gonna go into that. But it's also what you presently remember, and what was significant towards yourself that you know that was very benefic, especially with these individuals. When these individuals learn certain things, they inhibit a concentration to keep the matter of whatever specifics, to keep that going, because it's fixated. It's a fixed sign. All right. Meaning life essence is a copy. Life essence could be a cheat code for the sign sometimes if they are more benefic and mature. Okay? Because Saturn is opposing fifth house, which could be, if Saturn is not being an asshole, these individuals will have to learn maturity, like as they grow. Okay? But once they hone on to that intelligence of Saturn, just like whatever opposite sign, then this sign is very beneficial. Sports performing could be okay. Sports performing could be naturally spiked through birth, a natural. So these people, one of the pros again, these people are born, literally, are born with gifts. Okay, this is the benefit of being sun, moon, ascendant, and Leo. These people normally will be born with a certain gift. All right, whether it's fucking 6 fingers. I mean, yeah, 6 fingers on each hand. Whether it's $1 million at birth, whether it's $1 million in the future, whether it's a small investment they did and some happen in the future, whether it's being in a group and being in a certain spotlight. This is all fifth house pros as far as being gifted. Whether it's winning a lottery, whether it's having a son or daughter who is not only beautiful, could be a model and a baby model, and could gain fortune, gain the parents' fortune. Whether the kid is they got a kid, the kid is in the NBA, or they have a child and the child is, I don't know, actor, actress. Okay, these are fifth house individuals. Okay, whether it's themselves, whether they're performing in a movie, whether they could they could have not only sports, like whether it's super duper athleticism, whether regardless of what it is, These individuals will be gifted that. It will be gifted it. Okay. These individuals will have future answers. Okay, in the present time. They will have these individuals will have future answers in the present. Eli, what the hell do you mean by that? That doesn't make any sense. These individuals will know certain answers because of the soul exertation of light seen. Okay, the soul essence of the sun maneuvers of potential certain karmas and certain things with certain who, what, where, when, why, and how. Fifth house has that. Enhanced gambling, luck, or speculation. So these people, again, when it comes to gambling or any certain things that's risky, again, guys, please don't get excessive and take this with a grain of salt. If you have a lot of pro Leo, meaning if you and your chart, if you looked at your chart and the sign and the Leo is somewhere in a good position, then you're good. You're good. Okay. But if not, then it's reduced. It's still gonna be good, but it's gonna be reduced. Okay. Yeah, so these are the people that win lottery that do get lucky with like tickets or certain little things in life that might be little, or certain things in life that might be big. So really depends. Naturally comedic. So these individuals will have a knick-knack for brighten up. So what is funny? What is hilarious? What is like joking? It's not just what it is. It's how you feel when you enter into that state of being, right? Because anger, right? Sadness, right? Joking, funny. Funny is a state of happiness. Right? So, with that being said, these people will, if sat right, these people will try to have a good state of happiness. Okay? And wanting to, whatever is orbiting around them, wanting that to be for them too. Okay? These people will have a clear expression. Alright? Whether they don't talk much or whether they do or don't, you will know how and what they feel and how they're expressing themselves, whether it's understood or not. And they have a notorious, again, vibration. High and romantic gestures. So again, sensitivity with these people, whether you're touching them or they're touching you, they will have a very sympathetic, romantic gesture, even if they're not really, even if they are boasters. They are very sensitive to energy expression. They know how, again, with the energy maneuver and energy expression, energy maneuver, energy change, and energy manipulation. Okay, whether it's good or bad. I keep putting charismatic. I'm gonna just put beautiful. I'm such an idiot. Main attraction. So again, these people off of what they say, how they say it, and also exerting their energy, these people will have syndrome of the light and the the uh, the sight of the party. Okay, in a good way. All right, general. Why do I keep putting character? I must have been sleepy. I must have been sleepy. I swear to God, I must have been sleepy. Internally famous. I say externally too. I don't know why the fuck I put. Oh, externally, internally famous. So again, these people will be probably internally infamous and externally famous from just being who they are. Okay, introspective. So these people see the limelight of all different perspectives. Remember, the sun, right? It's still shining. It's just we can't see it right now because it's the moon time. But the sun is still shining somewhere else, another city, somewhere state, somewhere country. So what does that tell you? You're always being. This sign is always being. This sign is always being known. But regardless of if it's through clear sight or not, regardless of if it's through ears or word to mouth, this person energy has to be correlated. All right. Governmentally sound. So again with this government stuff, these people are wanting to know what's going on now. Okay. The sun is the presence, meaning it has to have a signification of knowing what's going on at this current moment of time. And is knowing what's going on at this current moment of time. So these people fit very good with, especially if they are serious, government high officials. Okay. And it works for knowing what's being publicly used and justified. These people could make high precision thoughts and changes, regardless of individuals that may not agree, or grouping or society rule settings, because of how powerful their own presence could possibly be. Okay. And also their own knowledge of certain rules, certain regulations. Again, gravitational pull energetically. All right. Regardless of if you wanted them to be near you or they wanted you near them, their energy will again force you to orbit or come near them or gravitate near them. Okay. Loyal. So again, these people could be very loyal, especially if they are older. Okay. Because fifth house has a loud sound for too much romance as young. Okay. Enlightened. Okay. Meaning it's always light. It's always light, whether it's dark. Okay. Ooh. All right, guys. I might make it. I'll more than likely have to make a part 2 for every sign in the future. But I think that's it for the pros and Leo. We'll get to the cons next video of pros and con video of this marathon. So we're done with pros, we'll enter the cons. All right. So if you haven't watched, if you never watched, if you agree, comment, like, subscribe, in general. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Thanks for the view. If you're watching, if you don't want to like, comment, or subscribe, it's completely fine. I'm just glad you just even look. Appreciate you. So, ELI'S.JYESTHA, I'm out. Peace. Love you guys. Have a good night.